Flogcast may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal Big Footy rules still apply.
Alright, so this is the Flogcast for round 4. Starburns joined by Dan.
Hello.
Cooksen.
Hello.
Teach.
Hi there.
And for his first episode of the year, NetworkNerd.
G'day, guys.
Yay, NetworkNerd.
Why are you cheering him?
Why not?
Well, he's
Got alliteration. That's important.
He's,
full of himself, isn't he?
well, you'd be happy, Teach, because your regular sparring partner's here not to push your buttons the way you like it.
No, I do like network, and Tonal can get fucked.
We'll go straight into it. And Dan, we're going to start with the game of the round.
You don't have to.
We do. It was the best game of the round, and I didn't see a minute
Well,
of it.
that's your definition, I guess. Wasn't the best game around for me.
Well, why did you choke it up, you fucking idiots? You should have won that.
Because it's North.
Well, it's that. It's North, but, we had injuries, and they sort of come into account when you're playing a hard-running team like Port, and Jared Waite did nothing.
Oh, big surprise.
Right after the breakthrough game, it's back to regular transmission.
I kicked the dog and I smashed the back window after that.
The poor back window.
What about the bandwagon?
Oh, bandwagon.
No.
Fuck. I mean, every bandwagon that I drive fucking crashes and
Yeah.
I think
everyone dies.
The blue sausage is soft and sad now, it's fair to say.
It's deflated.
Yep.
It's struggling. The helium's old that they put in it the first time. It's kind of like that balloon that's half hanging.
Did you get out?
North can't afford to fill it up with more helium.
Are you going to bring the big balloon down to Kadinji Park next week? Because it'll probably drag all of your fat cheer squad players over the edge and into the river.
It is East Geelong Bay, thank you very much.
East Geelong. It's back. Took 3 minutes. But yeah, look, there was a few things out of that. Like, apparently diving was back on.
Yes. Lindsay
What
Thomas.
happened there? Tell us
Lindsay
about
Thomas
it.
went down quicker than a hooker at St Kilda after getting paid $10.
Oh,
That's the only way to describe it. But still, I mean, diving was quite big in every game this weekend.
But no one does it better than Thomas, though. When he gets free kicks for it, why wouldn't he stop doing it?
Well, yeah, I guess that's the thing. He gets the free kicks and everyone hates it, and they don't fine him for staging.
Yeah.
Well, the onus is on the umpires to just call play on, surely.
It is, but,
Umpires are retarded. We all know it.
well, yes, who?
Oh, that's not very nice. Or Suze.
But yeah, anything on the diving, like all the standard of the game, there were a couple of injuries that were quite bad as well.
Yeah, Wells was a laid out, and Siebel went.
You can't help but run into people.
No, he's like a magnet to opposition players.
And
So we lost him early on, and I guess that may have contributed to
that
result.
meant a lot. That absolutely meant a lot to North.
Ollie
'cause they
Lyons
lost.
broke his arm as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he did too. Yeah, he was in a mess.
I hear
But,
you have some strong opinions on Zeeble, Dan, and where he should be playing.
Oh, I
Go
do,
on.
and I've copped a bit of
Okay.
backlash for that too.
You got mashed on.
I did I?
That's how I know about it.
Oh, you're kidding.
Someone mashed on your move Zeeble with a forward line post.
I think
He doesn't have the endurance to be a midfielder.
no, it's
He
not. It's not
doesn't.
that. He's what's the word?
Fat.
No, I think we want to see him playing week after week, playing a full season. If he stays the status quo, he'll just play, 1 or 2 quarters every second or third week and only play 15 games in a season, and it just costs the side too
1 or
much.
2 quarters a week. You should trade him to Carlton for value.
I mean,
I'll take
I'm
that.
just of the view that if he plays predominantly forward, he's less likely to find trouble in terms of harming himself. I don't think he's a forward. I think he's a contested midfielder, but I just want him playing week after week.
Maybe you treat him as a wild card as well as a contested midfielder. In a late game, you throw him in there, but otherwise you leave him out.
I reckon that he plays as an outside midfielder because he has got
He's
exquisite,
got no pace.
No, he
He's
can't
got
play outside.
great kicking skills. He's got great kicking skills, and
Yeah,
that's
but
what you want.
you need to have a bit of toe about you if you're going to
What,
play
just because Pritis can't kick doesn't mean all inside midfielders can't kick.
Yeah, but his hair gets in the way, and with all that soul glow stuff, it's just running down his eyes, and he's just hearing that. Just let your soul glow, and so he can't see where he's going because he's got all this hair product running down his eyes.
But he can smell where he's going, and that's usually towards a concession stand.
Anything else on that game? Anyone got a pufferfish perspective for us? Because they won. They needed to win. They won away from home at Etihad where North play well.
cheap win.
They're pretty good. I mean, you got to give it to them. They are pretty good.
Well, they lost their first two.
They came back pretty well. I mean, I think Ryder didn't play the best game. I mean, Goldstein just destroyed him, in my opinion.
Goldstein Ruckman of the round.
Yes, Cooksen's ruckman of the round.
But yeah, what about the crowd? And this got a lot of attention, Dan. What was it, 14,000?
It was
Marta-
22.
Is that
It was
all?
22,000.
It's just 14,000 turned up. Is that all?
No, there was 22,000.
Oh, 22. Okay.
Where did 14 come from?
Yeah,
Marta-
where did that
I
come
don't know.
from?
I've just been reading all the crowd threads, and I think 14's come up a few
That's a
times.
long way off 22, you dickhead.
Yeah.
No. Marto said there was 8,000 North members there.
Yeah, something like
There'd be
that.
14,000 non-North members. So the question is,
The only Port Adelaide people that were there were the cheer squad. So I reckon you
Can you
got.
bring a bay cover over?
I reckon you probably got 15 to
Excess went
16 North people there, 2,000 Port people, and the rest were neutral. And they did the whole scarf, you'll never tear us apart bullshit. And I just.
Oh, did they?
Oh,
Oh,
God,
so
With
cringe.
all 100 of them.
Yeah.
Your away team. At
Never,
least,
never tear our arsehole apart. You fucking kids. When are they going to stop that shit? It's fucked.
They're not
I get-
Liverpool and they never will be.
Yeah, Cookie said it the best.
Yep.
Stop pretending to be something you're not.
Yes,
You-
exactly. Exactly right.
Like a club that's older than 18 years.
But they asked him to Liverpool in the terms of the fact that they're fucking useless and they won shit in the olden days.
North King Island will never do this. Anyway, let's move on to the other close game, which was the other 9-point margin, but it was, close within a goal late, and the concerning Cats finally on the board.
I'll say this.
Oh, brave. Very brave.
They were brave.
Jack Martin, I now understand the hype. I mean, he was just electric that game. He kicked 4 goals, 5 goals.
He was good. No, he was very good. We lost 3 players in the midst of the game.
It's okay, Bartel's overrated anyway.
Well, yeah, if you listen to fucking Hodgepodge. But we came home in a storm and Blixovs kicked the winning goal. It was fantastic. And I'll tell you what, we found a really, really good nugget in Gregson. He is an absolute up-and-comer.
So you found a second non-concerning youth.
Yes, second non-concerning youth. And, would you believe it, Stanley played a good game. Can you believe it?
Usually he only does that versus Freo.
No, he played a really, really good game. And we didn't have Hawkins, but Mitch Clark played well.
Did Walker played well? The old guy who's really young, very
Oh,
disturbing.
Texas Ranger, Walker.
Texas, come on.
Oh, he played out of his skin. It was great, and we deserved to win. But you got to say that Gold Coast did the right thing in not playing Ablett because his shoulder's not right. So
Did
he
you
would
cry today at the news that Ablett's now signing on with the Suns?
Yeah,
I
that he's
couldn't give-
staying-
I couldn't
he's
give a
actually
fuck.
resigning. Well, he
we
was nearly coming back to the shithole.
We've won a premiership without him, and I don't want him back. He can
I think
get
you're
fucked.
the only Geelong person that doesn't want Gary Ablett back, Teach. He's the best player in the competition. Why wouldn't you want him back?
Couldn't give a fuck. He can fuck off. He's not coming back. We're getting Dangerfield next year. So, you shut the
No,
fuck
you're
up.
not. He's staying put, I reckon.
Scablet can stay up on the fucking Gold Coast and surf all he wants, but he's never coming back to the.
You can surf in Geelong, isn't it? Like the only thing you can do.
You could
well,
visit the scenic sites of East Geelong Bay.
Well, maybe,
Catch a boat out.
yeah, maybe he can travel around with his dad and beat up people.
So if Gazza wanted to come back, you would still be against it.
Oh, I don't want him. No way. No.
Oh, Teach.
No
But
way.
he'd play better than Stevie J. I mean, Stevie J's cooked.
Oh.
He is cooked. You're right, Cookie. Yep, Cookie knows who's cooked, and Stevie Joe is.
Cooking with Cooksen.
Should you have taken pick 4 for him, Peach?
Definitely.
GWS?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Who was pick
Yeah.
4 last year? I keep forgetting.
I don't know who it was, but whoever it was, I would have taken him.
Anyone catch Chris Scott in the box after that game finished?
Oh, what a
Yeah,
wanker.
he went bat fuck, didn't he?
What happened?
He celebrated like he won a grand final, really.
You know when Bomber Thompson, when we won the '09 grand final, and Bomber Thompson went fucking crazy in the coach's box?
No.
It was
That never
like
happened.
that. It was like that. Yes, it did, Cookie. It happened. It happened. And
Well,
I
it was a
happened.
pretty good win. I mean,
I bear witness to the fact that it happened because I was there. But Bomber went mad, and yeah, Chris Scott went fucking crazy in
perhaps
the
he,
box.
perhaps he didn't expect to win, given they only had one player on the bench for the last quarter.
Or did
I
Chris
didn't think Geelong were going to win.
No, I didn't
Did
either.
Chris Scott like find Bomber Thompson's cocaine stash? Maybe that's why he was so happy.
You know, he's pumped up and he was aggressive. It was.
It's a Scott
Yeah,
team.
it was a massive overreaction, very Scott-esque, but
Yeah, he went crazy.
it's the kind of shit I'd expect from Brad, though, not the one who's won a premiership already.
Let's be honest, that'd be shit-ass poker players. So if you want to win a poker, face
playing
them.
poker with the Scott brothers, and then when you win on the 5th card, just the sulkers, just like, you know, they'd complain about it or something.
Or they'd punch him in the head.
Or they'd be just like, you never raise when I've got good cards.
You counted cards. Yeet.
God, you sound like Ant.
All right, we'll move on to the battle for the bridge, as they call it. I like to call it the Clash of the Colas.
It's the Cola
But,
Wars.
yeah, the Giants got beaten by 20 points, but 3:13 to half time. They probably should have been closer, if not in front.
Bad kicking is bad football. Always
You
You
has
guys
been.
can
He's
tell
bad
me what
football.
happened because I didn't watch this game.
Look, really, apart from Heaney, and Heaney was very impressive. He's going to get the academy shut down very quick. I'm surprised Eddie Maguire hasn't said anything today. I'm sure we would have heard about it if he had, because Heaney kicked 4 goals.
He's probably drunk.
He's just happy that Collingwood's winning. He'll pull the Heaney thing out when Collingwood lose, I guess.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, Heaney kicked 4 goals. He was good. Buddy was in rare Buddy touch early. Kicked, I think, 3 or 4 in the first half. Really good goals. But
It kind of went the way that we expected it to go, but GWS actually put up a really good fight.
The Swans were 6 goals up at half time, and they shouldn't have been. If the Giants hadn't let them get out by that, they could have rolled them again. That's the gist of it.
True.
But-
I mean, Reece Palmer kicked some pretty decent goals,
Yeah,
surprisingly.
that was amazing for a guy who really, a few years ago, couldn't kick. But I think the big thing out of that game, we can take out of that game, is that Adam Goods was missing. Because,
I think he's finished.
well, he refuses to play the sub, so if we
I think we even acknowledged that maybe a week or two ago that he was finished.
He's been
Yeah,
a selfish.
yeah.
He's just too old. I mean, you can't keep up with. I mean, you look at all of the younger players that are coming through, and they've got the dash, and they've got the ability to break packs and everything like that. He just doesn't have that anymore. I mean, he's been an absolute fantastic player, but it's past him.
But yeah, if he comes back and does play the sub, because he's refused to play sub, is that a Welch?
Oh, yes, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it
It
is.
is.
Yeah,
Sylvester
good call.
Stallone, do you
Good's the
Welsh?
Welcher.
Good call, bad call, good call.
I'd like to hope we're not as floggish as them.
You'd be the Caro Starburns.
Yeah.
I'd speak like them.
Yeah. Without being old and crusty and not fuckable.
Says the guy who goes after Boomer's misses.
Every second week.
Mate, that's teacher's dream of a threesome right there.
Do you have fantasies of her on the yacht down at East Geelong Beach?
You know, out on international waters, you can marry pigs.
Nah, she's got too crusty. I couldn't fuck that. No.
Oh, come on. You can't turn on her now.
No. She's half dead.
What?
Well, you look at her. She's half dead.
Oh, because she was the bloody model like a year ago, wasn't she?
I think we're talking about someone completely different to him. I think he's still on Caro.
Yeah, I was talking about Caro.
Oh, I'm talking about bloody Boomer's missus.
Oh, Boomer's missus. Yeah, fucking still go
Oh, of
there.
course. Well, that's reassuring. He said he's still on the Boomer's missus wagon. That's great.
As long as he doesn't gnaw my arm off.
Or
Oh.
watch.
It could be a bit worse than the arm, Teach.
Just pinch him. He'll go away.
Let's move on to, well, Essendon played Carlton, and Essendon ran out of gas again, but Carlton were really too shit to capitalise on that.
Aha.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
at that game, and
Why?
yeah, it was why.
What were you doing there, Network?
My wife's a Carlton member. So.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So, I tagged along with a shocking game. Just Essendon, just 2 classes above Carlton, really. But I didn't catch the Yarran hit on Chapman, but it was the other side of the ground. There was a few rumours that there was a bit of racial comments, but
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah.
apparently Chapman denied it straight away. So, but
And we've
no,
heard nothing since, so that would suggest
Yeah.
it wasn't.
just a rumor. But no, a couple of spot fights after the game. Some of the Carlton supporters didn't take the loss too lightly. And
Oh, really?
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
That's so
Yeah.
unlike them.
Took a leaf out of Yaron's book, didn't they?
yeah. Well, maybe Mick Malthouse gave him a license to bash the Essendon supporters up. But no,
Jeez.
terrible game.
Whereabouts were you sitting?
Level 1 sort of Ponsford stand. So yeah.
And there was some blues going on.
Yeah, pretty much after the game. So, yeah, Essendon supporters jumping up and down, happy as usual. Carlton supporters didn't like it, so some took a couple of swings, but well. But
Jeez.
Hey, come on. The Essendon supporters probably tried to convert them.
what? Give them syringes or something?
Well, I mean, they're an angry bunch of little fucks, the Essendon
How about
supporters,
have
aren't
some
they?
Kool-Aid to go with your sausages?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the Chapman Yaron thing's obviously the big thing out of that.
How many
game.
weeks?
Well, he's gone direct to the tribunal.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. How many weeks do you think you'll get?
4
Uh,
to 3.
3 or 4.
3, yeah.
So fill me in. Who whacked who?
Chapman
Yaron whacked Chapman, and the
Yeah.
most surprising part about it was he didn't use a baseball bat.
Oh,
He made Chapman believe.
Chappie's not. He's never been an agitator when it comes to racism or anything like that. So
No, he prefers to hit women.
surprising. Yeah. Collingwood bitches who are just full of themselves. So I mean, who wouldn't do that?
Can someone fill me in on the whole Chapman and the Mrs. thing?
Chapman has punched some woman in Geelong.
Chappie was accused of hitting
Listen to him.
this Collingwood slag after, what was it, 2011 grand final?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know
was-
the story apart from that it happened.
It was the 2011 grand final down in Geelong. Some Collingwood slag mouthed him off, and she was supposed to have got into a tussle with him. Nothing was proven, nothing was charged, and everyone went home. And that was it,
So she got paid off by the Geelong Footy Club.
pretty much.
No,
I think they took her out onto a boat in East Geelong and she was never seen again.
There's an injunction, I think.
Don't hang shit on East Geelong, you cunt.
Anything else in that game? Look, Carlton didn't kick straight. If they had have, they might have actually rolled them.
There was a
Yeah,
Well,
Bryce.
you're never going to
Oh,
kick
man.
straight if you've got that bloody forward.
Levi Casbolt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Casbolt.
Drop the Casbolt. Drop the Casbolt.
He did miss some
He was
shockies.
shit.
When's he been good? That's the question.
Never. Yes.
Just enough to
question.
tease them. Just enough to tease them. Like he's like wait, but worse. Do we have anything else on that game?
There's a Goddard and Gibbs thing. I mean, Goddard looked like he got shot. That's because he's a fucking pansy.
Oh, listen to
Someone,
you.
yeah, someone's not happy.
Yeah. Someone's got a fucking bit of spear in their back, haven't they?
I don't care. He's always been an angry ranger in denial.
Let's go to Melbourne versus Adelaide, and well, this was a decent contested game. The skill level wasn't great,
Jack
particularly
Watts.
from Melbourne, but yes.
Is a
Yeah.
piss weak cunt. That's it.
Don't hold back. Tell us what you really think.
Melbourne get harder and harder under Roos, and they're no longer the bruise-free demons, except for him.
I mean, you got to appreciate the fact that Adelaide have got this this new coach approach, and
Phil?
geez, I
It doesn't
wouldn't
have
want to
anything to do with Watts being a soft.
Bill,
You guys
yeah.
sound
Yeah, I wouldn't want
surprised.
to.
This is Jack Watts we're talking about.
I wouldn't want to be playing Adelaide next week because you're going to get your head kicked in.
Well, I'll tell you what, I reckon you like their coach, because every time I hear him speak, he sounds angry. With
He's having a melt. He's the world's meltiest
Yeah,
coach.
like, I don't know. I wonder what he sounds like calm, but he's just got this tone in his voice where he sounds like he's, getting angry and melting at whoever's asking him the question. It's not even passive aggressive like Malthouse. It's just full out.
He's like that rugby league coach who does Manly, and he's like, every press conference, like, oh, it's blame someone else. Oh, we're not respected in Victoria. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It's like, shut up, you retard.
I saw him talking about something that wasn't even whingy, but it was just the tone of his voice was all. It's really gruff.
So what?
and-
So Amstaff
You
is
do-
Phil Welsh.
Yeah, you do actually know it's me,
I will say this, though. I mean, they really did get into Paddy Dangerfield.
They did get stuck in.
didn't they? Just,
But he was flopping around a bit after a while.
And the diving epidemic spreads.
He didn't like it, did he?
No.
He cops that every week, though.
I did find it odd that they were booing Bernie Vince for being delisted from their club. I mean, I don't get that logic, but
I
Didn't
thought
they
they were
get-
booing him because he was getting stuck into Dangerfield.
No,
Yeah,
they're
didn't
doing
they
it
just
start.
get in? Didn't they get into him? That was just. Well, they're a bunch of moaning fucks over there. So
West Horsham, tell us what you really think.
I would say,
You'll
well,
upset your fan base saying that.
Yeah. Although
they'll
they
stuff
might
you in a barrel, then dump you in East Geelong.
stop fucking hanging shit on East Geelong, you cunt.
What else was there in that game?
Rory Sloane is a Jet, and Christian Salem looked really good, and Jesse Hogan, my
Jesse
word.
Hogan, yes.
Yeah, he was good. He was really good.
Better than Tom Boyd, Jesse
I'd
Hogan?
say yes.
Jesse
Yes.
Hogan, he actually looks like the Messiah at Melbourne. He's the one who might just drag him out of it. He's got a presence. He appears to have the leadership. He just plays hard and tough, and he's everything that Jack Watts is not.
But he's getting everything that the midfield delivers to him.
But the kicking skills aren't fantastic. They coughed some up, and he made their poor work look good at times.
That's true. But all you want as a forward is the ball delivered. And if it's not exactly as how you want it, you can still make something out of it. I mean, look at Roughhead. Roughhead does exactly the same thing. I mean, if he doesn't take a mark, he just brings it to ground and then he crumbs it and he kicks his own goals.
If we're finished on Adelaide, Melbourne, we can move on to Hawthorn and talk more about Roughhead.
Oh, Ruffy. Ruffy's a gun.
What about Luke Hodge? What did he get, like 40 odd touches, 2 goals?
Making up for that dodge last week.
Yeah.
I think he got taken to hospital because he had leather poisoning.
Oh, I saw that coming from
Yeah,
a
I
mile
saw that
away.
coming from a mile away. I was just like, please say something better.
So
Oh.
I've traded him into my super coach team. So
Well, I
hopefully
was dumb enough to trade him out.
he'll be good. See, this is why League One's the shit league and League 2 is the good league.
Oh,
Oh,
Come on,
God.
let's- Network's going to
Mate,
talk about this
yeah.
one.
Make
Well,
mistakes.
I was actually conflicted with this game because I'm actually a member of both clubs. So
What?
no, I am. I'm a
Have
Bulldogs
you not
fan.
heard this story?
What's behind that, Network?
I
Did you get
started
a-
a thread on it. Bulldogs giving away free memberships at their.
Oh, so you took a freebie.
So I'm officially a Bulldogs and a Hawthorn member, but
And a cult member.
no, that's my wife. But
No, but well, you saw that sort of counts.
yes,
Yeah,
it's three
that's
members.
just because he wants his cock sucked.
Yeah, I'm not sure who'll get the 3 votes in this game, Rufford or Hodge. Probably Hodge just, but
I reckon Ruffy.
Didn't he 28 and 7?
well, 28 and 7, but I think Hodge got 40 and 2 or something, 44 and 2.
Midfielders
So,
award.
Yeah.
That's true.
look, I was actually looking forward to this match. I thought, Bulldogs. We'll see where they're at, but geez, there's a
pulled
big gap.
everyone out.
Well, there's a big
Yeah,
gap.
I thought they would go a lot better, but Jesus, Hawthorn just pantsed them, didn't they?
Yeah. Well,
Is
if
this-
Hawthorn won last week, it probably would have been closer this week. But I think Hawthorn wanted to come out and they had a point to prove.
That
Well,
was
they took
clinical.
the foot off the gas against Essendon late in that game and never should have got rolled. And I think the way they played the Dogs was they never took the foot off the gas even after the slow start where they conceded the first 2 or 3. But
Yeah, I think I didn't catch all the game, but I noticed that when Hawthorn had the strong win, they attacked. But then when the Bulldogs had it, they sort of switched to their high pressure lockdown side. So it was sort of a game of 2 halves in a sense. But
so that explains why the margin blew out so big because I didn't see much of the second half.
Hawthorn were just fantastic.
Put 'em to the side.
I mean, they're so precise with their kicking. They murdered them. Absolutely murdered them.
It helps when the Bont isn't there.
Yeah, and
yeah, sure.
Tom Boyd played a good game too, which gives Doggy supporters hope that they'll have a key forward, their third key forward since 1990.
And who would that be, Cookie?
Boyd. They've only
Since
had
1990, you said not since
Grant,
1990.
Hall, Boyd. That's it.
Fair call. Yes.
Aaron Wasteland.
yeah.
Until he leaves.
What
Well,
about
that's
Jared
what
Grant?
happens at the Bulldogs. They've had an abundance of senior players that walk out.
Well, he's a long way before he's a senior player. They've paid him big
That's
when he's
true.
gone.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to leave. He's earning a shitload of cash.
Yeah, when that shitload of cash runs out, there'll be another club that'll offer him a shitload more.
Yeah,
So-
and that's about 5 years from now. Have you got it? You don't. Do you?
Yeah, I've
North
got
are
it.
paying it to wait.
No, we put all our money into that giant blue sausage thing. It's paying massive dividends, isn't it?
Are you going to bring that blue sausage down to Cadinia Park next
You've
week?
already-
No,
this question.
some idiot Geelong supporter will end up trying to pop it with a slingshot or something.
Anyway, if we're finished on that, we'll move on to Friday night's game. Cookie.
First quarter was excellent by us. The rest of the game was complete shit.
Fair income, Travis Cloak, and I say this having had Richo at Richmond, is he the worst kick in the modern era?
Well, are you referring to
He's-
general kicking or set shot kicking?
Well, kicking for goal.
He's pretty ordinary.
Well, he used to be worse, didn't he?
Yeah, in 2010 Grand Final 1, if he can go like 5 shots on goal, he kicked like 1 goal, 4, and he pretty much nearly cost Collingwood a flag.
He was horrific though. Like Casbolt's probably worse, actually. But
No, he was shit.
He's so
Close,
frustrating.
absolutely shit.
He misses 20 meters out directly in front, yet gets 50 meters on the boundary. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he doesn't kick through the ball when he's within 30
Yeah,
meters.
like-
He's
He kicks it like a
different
spastic.
different kicking actions.
It's probably because he's stupid. Like, he's forced to think about it a little bit more when he's close to goal. When you're that far out, you just kind of tee off 50 from the boundary, and he kicks it purely. When he's 15 meters out, he's like, who do I aim for in the crowd?
Just put up a giant $5 note that said, aim here, Travis.
Well, I mean, all you need to do is look at his head. He's a fucking Neanderthal. so
The missing link in evolution.
You just don't need him to think about anything. You need to go, oh, I kick a goal. And off he goes. But if he can't do it close. He can only do it from far away.
When he's up close, there's too much smoke and shadows behind the mirror.
So he's kicking like a caveman within 15 to
Basically,
20 minutes
Mm, like a caveman kicking a rock.
I reckon he takes his girlfriends home. He just bashes them over the head and drags them home by the hair.
out. Oh, come on, you can't
It's
say
not
that.
Chapman.
The umpires were fucking shit in the second quarter too. I mean,
Oh,
13-1
here
free
we
kicks. Get
Oh,
fucked.
Yeah.
bugger.
No, I'm with Cookie on this one.
No,
Exactly
we don't need
right.
moral victory bullshit.
Yeah, fucking 10
13-1 though. I mean, yes, the umpires don't cost, but come on, man, 13-1. I mean, come on, that's a bit sus.
Yeah. We're sucking up Plugger's ass here.
But no, only you two.
No, only you two.
Hey, broken clock's right twice a day. Just saying.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter when you.
Yeah, I know,
you
we were shit, but still. 13-1, that's a bit dodgy.
It doesn't help when Revolt goes out and last minute McCartan's got to come in. He looked out of his depth.
Yeah.
He's
He
a
did.
while off it.
Yeah.
He competed well, but he shanked kicks. I mean, he looked like a baby playing a man's game, but I'll put it this way. If you're judging him off of that game, you're a colossal anus of the highest order.
Well, just on that, Jade has made a thread calling him the new Jack Watts, so I think we can guarantee that McCartan will be a superstar now, Cookie. Anyway, let's move on. Next we'll go to Richmond-Brisbane, which, this is what I watched instead of Port versus North. And it's nice occasionally to, especially when you've followed Richmond for the last, 20 odd years, to see a game where we roll a team as though they're witches' hats. But
You kick their fucking heads in.
And you got a massive moral victory too. Was it like 4 to 44 free kicks?
no, Richo at the Disco made that up.
Oh,
I
a
don't know
dick.
what the free kick count was. I didn't really notice the umpires that much. But when you win by a lot, you don't.
I wasn't
Yeah,
surprised.
Brisbane are
by
bad.
Falling Brisbane last week, but they seem to be a different team up there, but not this time. They got smashed.
Yeah, no, I picked it last week that they are a bad side, and they're with Carlton in that bottom two probably.
Who's worse at the moment?
It's hard to say.
Good question.
I think Brisbane don't have the avenues to goal. Carlton kind of have enough avenues to goal.
Brisbane don't have
Points.
Rockcliffe at the moment.
Yeah. And Brisbane don't have Hanley either, who they did lack. But yeah, they're just really not that good.
Yep, and James Asher's pissing off.
Yeah, it's going on.
Yeah, but I could have told you that the moment he was drafted.
And you did.
I did.
Well, actually, no, you didn't, because you said a sheesh was going on.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Shit.
And you called me up on that, Teach, too.
I
No,
let him
I know.
go, but Teach was a
Where
cunt.
do you reckon he's going to go?
He'll probably go to Adelaide. Adelaide will lose either Dangerfield or Sloane, and hopefully one of them will go to St Kilda.
Plenty of Melbourne clubs lining up as well.
I hear Carlton are throwing money at him. I don't think there's enough money that they can throw at him to go to there. But good to see Carlton have their priorities right, chasing a midfielder.
Yeah.
When they're flying out.
Yeah.
Positions.
Good game by Richmond.
Yeah, no, we were pretty bad against the Dogs, and this was alleviated, but Brisbane just aren't good enough to make you accountable, so it's hard to say what we'll dish up against Melbourne, and there's not much else to say, except it was unfortunate to see Chris Knights get injured again.
Yeah,
I can't
terrible
take the
luck.
trick.
Yeah, Tiger Boys melted after the win.
He loves the Brisbane Posters for some reason. It's fucking weird. It's this weird thing they've got going on. Anyway, if that's all on that game, we'll move on to the Derby.
150 points, and then we'll talk about you for the rules have been changed.
No.
Oh,
They
they
got
got
to
their,
100 points, but the
they
problem was
got
they
their
blew West
fucking
Coast
heads
out.
kicked in.
They blew West Coast out by so much that the game's not really worth talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
No. We don't need to talk about it. And Fremantle are very, very good. And what's that, 3 and zip for them?
Freo forever ignored.
Sorry, Jose.
Fuck off, Jose. Yeah, he wanted discussion. He's not going to get it. But yeah, Neil won the bloody Glendenning medal again. He seems to save his best for derbies. Didn't know who he was a year ago when he won it, but wins
No.
it again with a 40-3.
I don't even know who half the Freo team are.
That's like Chad Corns for the SA derbies. He used to always get up for those ones.
Nothing else on Derby. West Coast are concerned.
We've spoken too much.
There was the
Yeah.
British shit fight again. Apparently,
Yeah,
if
Josh
Pritis,
Kennedy had a good
Pritis
game.
was to blame.
if Pritis
No
didn't play,
soul.
West Coast would have stormed it.
How'd Josh Kennedy go?
I don't know, one or two goals, something like
Yeah,
that.
so true to form.
Downhill skier.
Yeah. He only kicks goals against the bottom 4 or 5. Is that right, Network?
Pretty
So
much.
has Josh Kennedy replaced Drew Petrie as the finals predictor?
Oh, it looks
Possibly.
like it.
Might be
That's a
something
good.
to look
into.
That's a good point. Yes, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but West,
Well,
yeah,
what
but
about
the only
Joe
problem,
Waite could have taken the role on.
the only
considering
problem with
he's
that
there.
is West Coast isn't finals material.
That's not really a good point with logic.
No, but he still could be the finals barometer.
When Drew Petrie downhill skied, North weren't finals material. The
No,
year
it
it
doesn't.
was set, you missed the finals. That was the lol North year. But anyway, if that's everything on that, we'll move on to the talking points, and we'll begin with Stephen Dank was found guilty in a convenient verdict for the AFL. Everything but Thymos and Beta 4.
Well, he's fucked. He can't work in sports ever
Mate,
again.
does
He's
it
gonna
really
appeal.
make any difference whether he was found guilty or not? I don't think he has a career at sports.
No, he doesn't.
I agree. Yeah, no one's going to hire him.
No.
I'll say this though: there is a giant lump underneath a carpet in AFL house, and it's the size of a fucking mountain. I mean, Wada just need to come in and fuck shit up.
A lump?
A lump?
Yes.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
what's this metaphor?
Yeah.
You know, you have a
You can't-
carpet.
you can't-
The sweeping
Shut
stuff under
up.
the carpet.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah, I can see it as a cartoon now, yeah.
yeah, we kind of get it. Try and be a bit more clever with your next joke.
Stop trying to be a jerk. Trying to be a point.
So how long do WADA have to
3
appeal?
weeks.
3 weeks.
Because the SADA haven't appealed. They've decided not to. Because unlike James Heard, they will accept a verdict. But yeah, it sounded like that the day after, or the day of, really.
So this is essentially the case. Everyone knows that Dank trafficked the drugs to Essendon.
Or he
Everyone
at least
knows
tried
that they
to.
were injected, but they don't know who they were injected into.
Well, no, the gist of it is that Dank tried to. But basically the defence or the argument against is there's a possibility Dank was incompetent and either didn't source the drug or injected the wrong people or he was corrupt and didn't give it to anyone at Essendon. That's the doubt. But, you know,
Yeah.
it's the no records kind of, yeah, they shredded the records and got away with it. I'd laugh if Dank submitted the records and it actually became damning evidence in his appeal. If he,
That would be good.
that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I doubt, I just can't see
I
that
doubt
happening.
that will happen.
But anything else on Essendon and Dank?
Yeah.
Not really. No.
No.
I mean, it's all.
We won't
It's
really
all.
have anything to discuss until he actually goes to court or if WADA says something.
Yeah.
It's all a bit tired, you know.
Yeah, been a bit
Yeah.
bored of it. It's lost its fun since
Not guilty.
yeah, well, no,
Since they're
everybody
not guilty. Yes.
since everyone hates Dank, there's no troll material either. Like Essendon hate Dank.
Yeah.
General people hate
Yeah.
Dank. Everyone
He,
hates
he,
Dank.
he doesn't work for them,
There's,
so
yeah, there's no trolling Herd or Jab or Little.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, we'll move on. The Etihad AstroTurf with the injury to the Brisbane player Close. How's that with the fucking AstroTurf being on the edge of the ground? Whose genius idea was that? It sounds like a Brad Scott idea to keep the bench dry or something.
And as opposed to the other grass not being dry.
Correct.
Yeah. I didn't know it was Astro. I thought they just sort of coloured it a bit, but
Yeah, no, they extended it from halfway to the boundary to all the way to the boundary, and he landed on it. And
well,
hurt
what's
his knee.
what's the idea behind it?
So that the ground doesn't get worn, and you know Brad doesn't like any mud.
No, it's the rain you're talking about. He doesn't care about mud.
Well, mud comes from rain. That's why he doesn't like the rain.
All right.
He would have hated it at Adelaide Oval on Saturday as well.
Oh well, he can bring his gumboots next time.
Yeah, and North would hate the rain as well because if the thing would blow away.
No, Panskov should be a North supporter then, I guess.
We'll move on to what is a segment we're reviving, and it's the questions. We tried this in the first year with the Wrangler feedback, and it didn't really go so well, but we're going to try it again. We got a few questions this week, and the first one's directed to everyone, and one-word answers from our favourite addition to the Bay EIMM, Kinder Bryant Taylor Friday Night Football. And he wants to know, one-word answer, has Dangerfield signed yet?
With who?
Well,
You can answer that. You can answer that with whoever you want.
Well, as aficionados of our football clubs, who we are very, very closely associated with, and we know all of their intimate workings.
Well, you do. You're in the cheer squad.
Yeah. We can say that we have no fucking idea as to whether we signed or not.
Okay, that's a nice answer. Anyone else got an answer?
I don't think he's going. I think he's staying with Adelaide.
Network nerd, Cookie.
Depends how Adelaide go this year, I think.
Oh, so
might
you
top-
think he hasn't signed yet? He hasn't signed an
No.
agreement for anywhere else?
It'll be.
No, he hasn't. No.
Yeah, he hasn't signed for anyone, but when he signs, it'll probably be a lavish party down in West Horsham, as that's all they've got to celebrate, really.
I think that he was looking to go to Geelong, but he'll probably stay in Adelaide now because Adelaide are looking good and Geelong's looking concerning. And he's probably just very thankful he signed that contract out in East Geelong where it's not legally binding, so he can always welch on it. And
But it's very nice.
Says you.
Out there.
Shit is a shit.
Well, you wouldn't fucking know. You haven't been there yet, dickhead.
Nor will I ever be.
Here's the next one is for Teach. Okay, this one's from one of the West Horshamites, Red Mist, who's a Crows Flog, and this goes back to Joel Selwood and Boomer Harvey last year. He would like to know, Teach, when is Joel Selwood going to stop wasting people's time and holding up the game with the blood rule? 15 times in the last 3 years. When is he going to wrap his head up like a mummy before a game and stop bleeding everywhere every time he gets a slight knock on the melon? Selfish, attention-seeking campaigner.
Okay,
That's a
Red
great
Mist.
question.
Yeah, that's a very good question, Red Mist. And I would like to answer it by saying you can stick that fucking email up your fucking ass, you dickhead. Because Joel Selwood is the most courageous captain in the AFL who just puts his head over the ball and just fucking plows in. And so he gets cut every now and again.
You sure it isn't like he's doing what the wrestlers do and have like a blade hidden in his wrist, so just like he cuts it?
He's a
It
bleeder.
goes well for the diving, you know. He's going to be the next WWE champion.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Cookie.
Can you imagine how much he'd bleed if Yaron hit him?
And to finish it off, Red Mist, I'm going to be fucking looking for you on the bay and I'll fucking take you down, dickhead.
This is so very Liam Neeson. I have a particular set of skills. I can see your IP address. I will find you and I will bandshammer you. We have another one, and this one's also for Teach.
Why is everyone asking me fucking questions?
Because you're special.
Yeah, you are special. You're the teach.
You have the
I'm
inside
special,
connection.
special, so special.
You're the only one that has a fan base out of this.
Yeah. So this
Yeah,
one.
they're all in fucking Adelaide.
No, well, this one's actually in Sydney. This one comes from DB Swanee. Dearest Teach.
I do like DB Swanee. Yes, come on.
Dearest Teach, you have a player on your list called Steve Johnson, aka Divey J. On the weekend, I noticed that he seemed to be having a great many problems with his posture and musculoskeletal system. In short, he seemed to be falling down an awful lot when either being tackled or when the ball came in his direction. Often he seemed rather reluctant to even engage in the act of playing AFL. My question to you is, why does your coach continue to play that flopper?
Shots
Ooh.
fired.
I don't think he likes Stevie Swanee anymore.
He's going to watch him on the bay too.
No, I agree with DB Swanee. Stevie J should have retired last year.
Oh,
And yeah, he's past it, and he knows what he's talking about because I've seen it too. So for once, DB Swanee, you're on the money.
that's not the response I was kind of hoping
Yeah.
for, but okay.
Ask Teach didn't quite end in the way we hoped, but
Well, I can't fucking spit on everyone.
I imagine after,
Yes, you can. You're the teach.
I imagine after this first week, there'll be a lot more questions coming in, a lot more coming in specifically for
Oh,
Teach.
Jesus Christ! What have I put me in for?
It's like teacher's mailbag or something.
Oh, fucking hell! I'm not fucking Sam Newman. I'm not getting paid for this shit.
You'll do as you're told.
Let's move on to this week on the bay, and we'll start with Thread of the Week, which was, we have a few candidates, pretty good ones. I'd like to start by nominating the GOAT thread, Year of the GOAT.
My goat was good.
Yeah, Goat was good.
That was pretty good.
We have more, though.
Yep, we have Luke Dodge, which is a very good Fred, and involved everyone's favourite flip-flopper in Hodgepodge.
Yeah, he didn't even make an idiot of himself.
Oh fuck, that's hard.
It's always funny when it happens, because the backpedaling's fantastic.
Whoever bumped the H thread is a genius.
Was that you?
That
Yes, it was.
Okay, Warner.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's got a bit of one.
pat you on the back, Dan. Like
Yes.
you just pat yourself on the back.
Any other suggestions? NetworkNerd, did you have one?
I'll go with the GOAT thread. No, I can't think of anything else.
Alright, that's 2 for GOAT. Are we the GOAT or are we the Luke?
Goat.
I like the goat.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
got the goat.
Flog of the Week's much more competitive compared to last week where we kind of struggled a little
Oh, competitive. It's a fucking one horse
one-
race.
bit.
one horse
There were a
race.
few. There's a few honourable mentions or dishonourable mentions need to be made. But tell us who you think's going to win the one horse.
Liver 21.
That's the man.
Yep.
Mr. Auto Divvy, except when he's
Let's
complaining
complete.
about admin.
Fuck stick, that guy is.
He's a giant fucking rancor.
Oh, he's a fucking idiot. Liber 21 all the way.
He makes Burnt Chook look like fucking Mothra.
No, at least Burnt Chook's
He
comical.
makes Burnt Chook like a nice chicken dinner.
Is he Atlee there?
I
Is
I
that
was
Liber 21?
wondering that.
Yeah.
I was wondering whether he might just be Atlee. He's that stupid.
We need to talk about North in front of him.
Comes across that way.
We've got a couple of honourable mentions or dishonourable mentions. Tire Boys has been his usual self, as has Brett33, once again melting all over the place over North and free kick counts.
Yeah.
The Rising Flog.
Rising Flog indeed. And you had an honourable mention too, Cookie. It wasn't Bay specific.
It wasn't Bay material, but once again, Adam H proves to be a St Kilda supporter who was an A-grade dickhead.
Did he say the umpires were fair?
No, he didn't, surprisingly.
You can be specific, why he's an A-grade dickhead.
Well, every fucking second post is umpires, the shit, fucking baiting man of Clay and whoever the fucking other Western Bulldogs supporters are. I was like, it's a fucking troll. I mean, Jesus Christ, just ignore the cunt.
Don't hold
Okay.
back. Tell us what you really think.
We're unanimous on Libba though, now that we've...
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
A-grade tosser.
Last week's poll, what would we most like to see? 6.3% said AFL games in Hong Kong. 15.6% said both East Geelong on a map and Carlton beating Essendon.
It's on a fucking map, you dickhead.
28.1% said Mick Melthouse on ice, and 34.4% Penn will love this, said Jack Wants Demons inspired My Little Ponies. Let's move on to next week, and we'll start with the Friday night game, which is Richmond versus Melbourne at the MCG Anzac Eve. Apparently it's supposed to become a thing, which is absurd, but whatever. Everyone wants an Anzac Day game of some description, and we chose the night before. I think we'll win.
Tigers by plenty.
So, will you guys do the last stand and the anthem and all that?
I think
will
every
ya?
game does that now.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Oh,
thing.
don't they just do every state rather than every game?
No,
I think they do every game.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they used to do every state, now they just do every game.
Okay.
Yeah, Richmond by plenty.
I don't think we'll win plenty, but I think we'll win. Like,
Yeah, I don't
Melbourne
think it'll.
compete well.
Yeah,
Richmond by at least 30.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
4 goals, 5 goals. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rich-
4 or 5
Richmond
goals.
should win. Richmond should win. that.
Good point. Should win.
No, 800% confidence.
No, because they beat us last year.
Will Fifey
Did they?
go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fifey will go.
Yes.
Okay, that's a big thing. Yeah.
That has no bearing on the result, but it's a big thing.
No, it's a big thing. Yeah, he needs to go.
Well, at least he'll go. I don't know about the KFC boy will go.
He's been
Yeah.
gone missing.
Where's he gone? He's fucking missing in action.
trolling us, man.
Yeah.
What if he's probably hit a diet or something?
You know what
Okay,
I've been
that's
doing?
fine.
I've been looking at the official AFL photos, and they usually take like 3 or 4 of the Richmond cheer squad
Oh, you
after
have
every
been.
game. I have been looking for him.
That's stalking.
What about the
man.
Beast? Is the Beast there?
Oh yeah, he's it's still there. Yeah,
So,
Oh, the Beast is still there.
but,
Oh,
but that thing's got nothing on the KFC boy. We
so
want to know where
KFC
he...
boy's like now Bigfoot or something like that.
Yeah, he's like a UFO.
Keep an eye out for him. Maybe you can spot him if you see a $900 suit. That's probably him wearing it.
he complete. I mean, the reason why we loved KFC boys because he completely lost his shit and just went mental.
Yeah,
And
it was
I
an
reckon
option
I
for
reckon
him.
he's seen it. I reckon
Oh,
he's
he's
seen
Oh,
it.
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah,
that he's
and
seen
he's
the trend.
like, nah, I'm he's backed off.
You
big
see
time.
the
He
gifts.
pulled his head
you've
right
seen
in, like Sue should have done and has promised
the
to do. but doesn't.
karaoke stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of that.
Videos. There's so much stuff.
He's
might-
as famous as you, Teach.
We'll need to lodge a
But
missing
he
persons
doesn't. He
report.
doesn't recognise. He doesn't understand that he's actually a fucking superstar.
He is.
And
He could have a fan
and
club too.
Yeah, man.
we are his fan club, and we want him to come on down and give us more shit.
If you've seen KFC boy, please contact us.
Yes,
Please.
yes.
A heartfelt
We
message
need-
from the Flog
Let us know he's still alive.
1-300
Let
Flogcast.
us, let us know that he's okay.
We need to know he's okay.
We'll put him onto milk cartons.
No, KFC boxes.
KFC buckets.
Have you seen this vlog?
Oh God, That's funny.
Anyway, we'll move on to the next game, which is, well, it's the annual game in New Zealand that St Kilda host. And I got to be honest, what's going on with these games? St Kilda's going over there, that's bad enough. But the last 2 years, you've had Brisbane as your opponent, and now you've got Carlton. Do you not want anyone to come to these games?
We need to win. We need AFL needs to give us a shit team enough to win, and
Well, you didn't
we
win
were
last
shit
year.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You went just as well against the Kohlers over there than you did against fucking Brisbane. You only lost to the Kohlers by a goal or two. And yeah, and at least the standard's not going to be as terrible.
Oh, no. You beached ass, bro. Beached ass.
But it's gonna be good. I mean, Stain Savage will be amongst his sheep, so maybe you can get a pepper performance there.
St Kilda to win. St Kilda to win.
First, we beat them in the World Cup final, and then we send them St Kilda Carlton. This is just
We are just shitting in their faces.
They should be lucky. They get to see St Kilda. I mean, who else would they want to see?
probably someone who's likely to leave their country without knocking anyone up.
But they're all sheep then. We do schoolgirls, not sheep. We're not bestiality. That's a different club.
There's lots of schoolgirls over there. You fucking stay away from them. But St Kilda are easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saints.
Saints easy.
Hopefully we win.
Network, you still there, mate, or what?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Or
Matt Rocks.
No, I was just thinking, is Shane Savage going to get a game cookie, or?
Yeah, it's been one of our best players so far. I mean, he's like,
Oh, because he's from New Zealand, that's why, you know.
he's got beautiful kick, trained well at Hawthorn. There's a bit of Hawthorn goo there.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he's leading the league in something like meters gained or some shit like that.
Oh,
All those
really?
horseshit stats.
Yay, Shane Savage. What a star.
I wonder if they'll get taxed. Remember that was the big thing about them getting taxed extra because.
Oh, yeah.
I can imagine. I can see Carlton sooking over this, or trying to fix it into some brown paper bag conspiracy.
Yeah, well, Carlton will rort it if they can.
You reckon?
Yeah.
And I hope they don't eat any tainted meat. We know Carlton love a sausage or.
Yeah, that could be disastrous for Carlton. I mean, they could lose out on Levi Casbolt.
Would Nick Riewoldt play?
You wouldn't think he'd fly there, would you? It's like Perth, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, I don't think he'll play.
So McCartan will get another game.
Paddy to kick 10.
Well, he will be playing on. Well, I don't know who will they have. Jamison will get.
He'll kick
I'm
more than
looking
Casbolt, that's for sure.
I'm looking forward to see Ken Bruce go mad at the in the forward spare.
No.
Oh, he's a great forward. He's,
It's just that ad. I can't stand that ad. Ken Bruce has gone mad. Ken Bruce has gone mad. Ken Bruce has gone mad. Ken Bruce has gone mad.
I know, but yeah,
It's no Franklin Cox,
No, nothing beats that.
comprare da Franco
Megalo.
Yeah, Magale.
Where were the two stores? Footscray and where was the other one?
Footscray and Brunswick.
Brunswick and Footscray.
yeah.
Footscray and Brunswick, mate.
Grand sale.
You get the best bugger.
Grand sale.
Shit furniture, but great ad.
It's
true.
Have we all heard the story about that? That they laundered money through that.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And every time the ads
they
came on TV, meant a new shipment of cocaine had come in.
That just adds to the legendary of that ad.
It's fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a front.
Hilarity
It
and
was a front.
cheers.
It was a front, and the ad signified a new shipment. But
Yes.
we'll move on.
That's exactly what it was about.
Since we're talking about drugs, we will move on to the Anzac Day clash, Essendon versus Collingwood, the main game, and
Ooh.
This is a
Tough
close
to
one.
pick this one. This is tough.
no,
Il modernissimo bedroom, dining room, and wonderful land. Why don't you come for yourself and have a look at this magnifico? Il modernissimo. Only confirm.
Oh, very good, Network.
Essendon versus Collingwood. I think Essendon win, but if they're not far enough ahead late, Collingwood might overrun them. And they've got a few under
Going
there.
Essendon.
Zaharakis is iffy, as is Carlisle.
I think Collingwood are going to win this.
Essendon should win.
I think Essendon will, unfortunately, but
Essendon win.
and
I really want Collingwood to
an
win, though.
Essendon loss would be great. And the coach speaks, so I hope that at the ground, so I hope that the Collingwood supporters get the booze out for Jim, like when they do the presentations and stuff. I think someone comes forward and speaks, so I hope they get the booze out.
Will they keep on saying about how brave they are and how, we're like soldiers or some shit like that?
Well, it is the Channel 7 commentary team, so you know what's going to happen. Yeah.
I'm not even going to watch. Fuck it.
Really?
There's no other game on, mate. Not at the same time.
Oh,
Got
well,
clean air.
I'll just work.
Just watch porn for
Take
2
the
hours.
yacht out
What-
to East
Whatever
Wing.
floats your boat, Teach.
Take your boat out to East Wing.
Yeah, watching porn for a couple of hours sounds
Oh.
sounds good.
So
yeah.
was that all the tips?
Don't put a hole in the boat. Yeah, Essendon.
GWS versus the Suns in Canberra. Well, the Suns are concerning, and we probably didn't touch on that enough earlier. They're 0-3, and the Giants are playing pretty good football. Technically, they're home ground.
Yeah, but I've zero interest in this game.
Well, you got to pick a winner.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do, because we have a Flogcast tipping comp. So,
I'll pick a draw.
okay, it's a draw then. The Giants.
No, I'll go for GWS. I think that they've been playing better footy than the Gold Coast, and they can't play Gary because his shoulder's still not right. So,
Is it carrying them?
although they're playing good footy, I just think that GWS are playing better.
You think the Suns are playing good footy?
Yeah.
You had one player on the bench and they couldn't beat you, and they lost to Melbourne.
It's true.
And us.
They're not flying at the moment. They're going pretty average. They're a shadow of the team they were last.
Yeah, if it weren't for Carlton and Brisbane,
All right, then they're shit, and GWS will win.
Cookie and NetworkNerd.
GWS.
GWS, yeah, their forward lines, caused Gold Coast trouble.
All right. Two big games on the Saturday night. The biggest one's coming from Adelaide Oval, from the Portress, as they like to call it, and the Pufferfish are up and about for this one. They're still sooking over that prelim, so Port versus Hawthorn.
Oh, this is going to be the match of the round, without a doubt.
Do we think so? Though?
No.
I think Hawthorn will blow them out. I think the Pufferfish are going to pump themselves up nice and big and explode before they even get.
I reckon it's going to be a great game, and there's only going to be a kick or two in it in the end. But I'll go for the Hawks.
Hawks comfortably.
Hawks.
Yeah,
Hawks
big
by
bad,
this. Yep.
big bad bully Hawks. Apparently we play like bullies, so we should win.
Bullies, yeah.
Bullies.
Port getting bullied. Who would have thought the Pufferfish? Sooks, they cry, they sleep with the light on.
How we go? How we go with the NXS song there, Network?
We'll never tear us apart until Hawthorn plays us.
Don't know, but yeah, it is a good atmosphere over there. Don't get me wrong. I'll go with Hawks definitely.
The other game on the Saturday night, which is probably just as good, except that Freo's playing.
No, it won't be. And it's crap. Slow scoring,
It's
and I'm not.
It's the Puffs versus the Colas.
Oh, where?
Subiaco, so I think the Puffs will win. But this
Oh,
could be
geez,
tight.
that's
I think Sydney will force them to play attacking the way that the Swans are
this is gonna
a
be
much
a
higher
good
scoring
game.
team this year.
This will be a thrilling 0-0 draw.
I'm going to go for Sydney
I'm
in this case. I think that they're going to get up.
I'm tipping Fremantle in a game where both teams score more than 85 points.
Ooh,
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, well, we'll come back and you can hold me accountable if it doesn't happen next week. How about that? Someone can ask a question about it. Give Teach a break.
I'm going to. I'll go Sydney today, but the chips will probably change 20 times by the time game day shows up.
Oh, you're doing to me.
Yeah, he's the new you. Like he wants to be like everyone. He sounds like Ant. He melts like Penal, and he changes his tips like you.
Oh, well, he's fucking 3 times as bad as me.
Junior
Ant.
I'm just not sure about this game. I need to wait till the teams are in, then I'll be definitive.
Well, this is what I do, and they fucking hang shit on me. I'll wait until the teams are in.
Yeah,
I'll
but
look
he's
at
not boasting
look at the
about a
weather.
different competition that only has 5 people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the stakes are high, man.
Yeah, but there's only 5 people in it, Teach.
Yeah, it's $100 a pop.
There's more,
We're
there's
in
more
there,
people in the.
and I fucking win the whole thing.
Yeah, but it's not that hard to win a 5-man tipping
There's more people
competition.
in the Flogcast tipping competition this year, and you're coming last in that, I believe.
I will get fucked.
Anyway, and that's even when you change your tips. Has everyone tipped NetworkNerd, Dan?
Yeah, Sydney for
Sydney
me.
by a small margin.
Sydney by 25 for me.
Brian's versus West Coast at the Gabba, both concerning, but I think West Coast will win just on the fact that they've got avenues to goal and Kennedy will ski.
Yep, West Coast.
Yep. West Coast.
I'm going to give Bronze one last chance at the Gabba.
Yeah, I'm going with you, Dan. I'm with the Bryans.
This is why Teacher's coming last. The battle for the top bunk down at Skilled Stadium. The sausage, will it make the trip? Geelong versus North. There'll be no bandwagon, but
Well, I'm not going to make the pilgrimage to Shithole Stadium. I'm going to sit in the comfort of a nice, warm living room and watch it on the telly.
Yeah, I'm going to go for North.
North.
Oh, yeah, and I'll be going for North too.
North to
sorry.
leave Geelong at 1 and 4.
Geelong's potential outs, North should win, even though they don't have a good record down there.
And North's potential on the field too.
Oh,
Let's not
yes.
forget that.
Yeah, I think North, just because Geelong's got a few outs this week, so can't see them winning.
Cookie go, because
Yep.
Teacher's waiting for last.
I already said North. Let's move on to the next game.
Okay, next game.
Next game, Western Bulldogs versus
the
Adelaide.
Crows.
Whoa. Fucking hold up, you cunts. North, there's going to be records broken this weekend. North are going to absolutely smash.
What kind of
Don't.
records, exactly? 186 records.
Most hamburgers down in a single setting.
No, I can't remember how much we've been beaten down there by a massive margin.
Shortest banner unveiling. The shower curtain gets popped within 3 seconds.
Well, they can't bring down the big blue condom because it'll just get whisked away in the wind, and the fat bastards who are trying to hold it down just get carried over into the river.
It'll end up out in the bay in East Geelong, won't it?
Yep.
It's in
Tie it to the gambling boat.
Chadinia Park's in South Geelong, you fucking idiot. It's a long way from East Geelong. North by 70.
Oh, tease. I can't remember the last time North got up in a game at Skilled Stadium. It's been that long.
Only
Mate,
a few years ago, wasn't it?
You will absolutely
Nah.
kick our head.
Yeah,
You will,
7, I think.
Yeah,
you will
2007.
absolutely,
Caused the
you will absolutely
crisis
kick
before
our
then.
heads in.
nuts.
It won't be that bad.
You're being modest, Teach.
70 points.
And to finish off the round, Bulldogs Crows at Etihad.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Crows.
Are you being
Crows.
sarcastic?
Pros.
It's like this is
Bing
interesting
bong.
with absolutely no enthusiasm.
Crows by, but not by much.
Crows have
I
a
think
good record at Etihad. We've established that on here.
Yes, they do. Yes.
So they'll be.
by under 20 points. Crows.
Yeah, I reckon they'll win by about 3 goals.
Bill Walsh them out.
It's like a second home ground advantage for them.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how I came up for that.
All right. So this was the Flogcast 4 round 4. Starburns joined by Cooksen,
Goodbye.
Dan,
Bye-bye.
NetworkNerd,
Good night, everyone.
and the man with all the answers to all the questions, Teach.
Adios, amigos.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Grand Sile. Where? In Brunswick and Footscray. Franco Cozzo. Have the pleasure to present to you Il Modernissimo. Bedroom suites, dining room, and wonderful lounge. Why don't you come for yourself and have a look at this Magnifico? Il Modernissimo. Only can found from Franco Cozzo. Buy from Franco Cozzo. Megalo, se pulibasto Franco Cozzo. Trapezeria, crevatocameras, salonia, careclesi, a poto Franco Cozzo. E latte, nagorazite, epipla, sto Franco Cozzo. In Brunswick and Footscray. Nagorazite sto Franco Cozzo. Franco Cozzo per la prima volta in Australia dichiara guerra ai prezzi, grande svendita. Dove? A Brunswick e Footscray. Se i migliori mobili volete comprare, oggi, domani e sempre, da Franco Cozzo dovete andare. Dove? A Brunswick e Footscray. Comprate da Franco Cozzo.